Mutt draft is something that a lot of people should definitely be getting into right now because it is probably the best and quickest and fastest way to make coins if you're decent at the game. Now, in this video, I'm going to show you guys exactly the best way to draft and why it is the best way to draft in this game mode. Now, before I get into it, if you guys are new to the channel, do not forget to hit that subscribe button, like the video, comment down below, hit that notification bell so you guys never miss an upload. And FTA. That's it. That's all we got. FTA. So, Mutt draft. A lot of people are struggling with Mutt draft because they're struggling on how to draft certain teams and what it is that you're able to do in this game mode. And I've already done my five perfect flawless runs. I picked Joey Porter. I sold Joey Porter and I ended up building an entire team surrounded around all the zero chill players with the zero chill abilities. Now, this is probably one of the easiest and best ways to make coins, especially if you guys are going for presents in this game mode. You can pretty much buy an entire team if you guys get really, really comfortable and happy with this game mode. So we're going to go over an entire draft and I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to hop into a game. I'm not going to play a full game, but I'm going to hop into a game just to show you guys exactly what it is that I did to make it so that my life was a little bit easier, because there are some things that you guys are going to be able to use in this game mode. So first things first, I have the credentials to say that I know what I'm doing in this playbook. So first things first is you have to pick a formation defensively on what it is that you guys want to run. There are 10 rounds. There's a quarterback round, and then everything else is pretty much almost randomized. There's DBs, there's linebackers, there's tight ends, there's wide receivers, and you have to know what it is that you guys can do in this formation, in this playbook, for you guys to do. So me, I love 3-4 odd. I currently have an ebook. If you guys want to check it out, it will be down in the description below. I think 3-4 odd is one of the best defenses. So if I see a playbook that has 3-4 odd, I jump on it immediately. So right now, I know for a fact that the Vikings has 3-4 odd because it has all the best defensive formations in the game. But if you main one specific kind of defense, it will make your life a little bit easier. So because I know that I'm running 3-4 odd, I know that I might need a linebacker. I know that I might need 2 safeties up top that are decent. I know that I might need, let me stop. So in this game mode, stamina is buffed up, okay? So stamina ends up getting a massive bump, which allows us to pretty much play players out of position. And this is something that a lot of people aren't talking about when it comes to this game mode. This might be a long video, but it will be well worth it if you guys are trying to grind this new promo. Wide receivers can be played at cornerback. Middle linebackers can be played at tight end. And in this game mode, that's huge. I don't know if tight ends can be played at middle linebacker. I should definitely check that out to make sure. But again, wide receivers can be played at cornerback. Tight ends can be played at linebacker, which means if you see a wide receiver, grab that wide receiver. Herman Moore, he's a god. Nico Collins, 6'4", you can put him at cornerback and just run zone instead of having an 80 speed cornerback, because that's essentially what ends up happening in this game mode is you end up with very, very slow players that aren't able to make a play on anything because they're so slow. I'm talking 80 speed. Now, if I compare my other wide receivers, Deebo Samuel, 81 speed. They're all core elites or low overall gold players. That's all you end up getting. This is oh my God, this is probably the best speeded wide receiver I've seen stock in this game. Same thing goes for the tight ends. Same thing goes for the linebackers. Same thing goes for the DBs. So we're going to draft Nico Collins because now we have 290 plus speed cornerbacks that we're going to be able to put on the field. Same thing goes for middle linebacker. Right now we got Ray Nitschke, 98 speed middle linebacker. So we're going to draft Ray instead of drafting the cornerback because we already have him. Now we already have one of our tight ends, which is Ray Nitschke. We're gonna substitute Ray Nitschke at the tight end position because that's all we need. Now, granted, Fred Warner would do us justice, but I like having Jesse Bates because, again, I want 2 safeties up top to be able to play safety, and I already have a linebacker. They'll end up giving me another weird little linebacker, but we actually could take Fred Warner if we want. But just to take a look at the linebackers as well, Bobby Okereke, 82 speed. Shaq Thompson, 78 speed. Everybody's slow, super slow. So the faster players that you get to put into different positions, the better your offense will end up being, the better your defense will end up being. And again, we got Jesse Bates here, we got Trey Hendrickson, and we've got Fred Warner. I would go with Trey Hendrickson because everybody on this game mode should draft one of these D linemen that get the OP X Factor abilities as an ability. So right now, this one's a tricky one because we can go Fred Warner or Jesse Bates, but I'm going to go Fred Warner. He's got avalanche, hit stick, fumble, GG's. Game is over. Do not draft any linemen. Unless it's a full lineman round, do not draft any linemen. If you're missing out on a wide receiver, you can draft a halfback and put him at wide receiver. Always do not draft any linemen unless that's the only thing that they are offering you. Kind of like this round here. This is a wasted round for you. People are going to get insta sheds on you regardless of who you have on the O-line. But as you can see, this is an absolutely wasted round. So I'm going to go ahead and just draft the right guard. Now, back to this. We have a left end, we have a cornerback, and another cornerback. For this one, I'm just going to go either with the tallest person that's fast or the fastest person in general. In this situation, Tyreek Stevenson. So now that leaves us with 2 DBs. Remember, I'm only in 3-4, so I only need 4 DBs, and I already have 2 wide receivers that are going to DB, which means that these guys here, these are all just extra. These are just extra. This is an extra DB. Actually, no, because I didn't draft Jesse Bates. So with that being said, this is actually perfect. So I'm just going to go with whoever's the fastest because, you know, I don't want to get burnt over the top, and every DB pretty much has some kind of pick artist, some kind of an ability. Now, this is you guys can pick your poison on whichever you guys want. I'm going to go with Tom Brady. I think Brady has the fastest release with Hot Route Master and Gunslinger. And again, I'm staying in the pocket. I don't need to run out of the pocket, especially if I know the scheme that I'm running. So I'm going to go with Brady. And then the last round is going to be a super round, which it's got all the goons on it. Now, some of you guys might want Darrelle Revis, 99 speed, unstoppable, whatever you call that ability, universal coverage. And granted, he's a great card, but again, we decided what kind of defense that we were playing already. We're playing 3-4. So while we're playing 3-4, we already have 4 DBs. I don't know if you guys remember. We got Stevenson, boom. We got Bayard right here. As you can see, he's 88 speed. And then we've got our 2 wide receivers that are going to end up being there. 3-4 odd only needs, that's all we need in 3-4 odd, are those 4 guys. So we're not taking Darrelle Revis because we don't need him in the defense that we're planning on playing. So that leaves us with J.J. Watt, and it leaves us with Chris Jones. Now, some people will be like, yo, you got to go with J.J. Watt. You got to go with the speedster, right? No. In this game mode, these guys, I don't know if you can see what this is right here, right there. That is unstoppable force. And that alone will get you stops on this game mode. We already got 2 godlike linebackers in Fred Warner and Ray Nitschke. Now, you get the pressure. You get pressure with this formation no matter what now. TJ Watt's good. You can put him you can put him at defensive end, but you'd much prefer Chris Jones and the versatility of being able to move him to defensive end and into D tackle because he'll end up just bursting right through the line. I promise you, TJ Watt is a great option, but to have that pressure coming up through the line is huge. So if you see Chris Jones, you see JJ Watt, those are 2 must drafts in this game mode because they are that good. So in this one, I'm going to draft Chris Jones, and then I'm going to hop into a game just so you guys can see exactly how the game mode actually plays out. It's it's amazing. To me, it's amazing, and I might just quit out just so you guys can see it. I'm going to go into the depth chart and explain to you guys exactly what you guys can do and how you guys can do it. So we have Fred Warner, we have Ray Nitschke. So if you guys checked out the ebook at all, if you guys checked out the 3-4 loop, that's pretty much what is consistent in the ebook is how good that loop is, which means that we'll have Ray Nitschke and Fred Warner pretty much on the outside looping around and doing their thing. So we're gonna go ahead and kick off just to show you guys everything is about speed in this game, and this draft was almost perfect. Besides the lineman round, the offensive lineman, and I ended up just pressing X on accident there. But besides the lineman round, this is pretty much what happens a lot. And again, these are 2-minute quarters, which allows this to be pretty much the easiest coin-making mode in the game. That should have been a fumble. He's got avalanche. So as soon as you get into a game, oh, you don't want to call timeout. You want to go to coaching, depth chart. We already have our wide receivers. We got 2 wide receivers here. We're going to substitute the tight end into this position. Now, granted, if you guys are heavy passers and you don't run the ball a lot, take out the running back that you have there and put him as one of your wide receivers. So now, instead of having, now we got 95, 94, and 93 speed. That's huge. Tight end, Kyle Pitts. You don't even have to substitute your middle linebacker there because you already have a decent person in that position. Now, cornerback is where it gets a little bit weird because we're going to go ahead and take those same wide receivers, Herman Moore, and then we're going to put our other guy, Nico Collins, and now we have 2 94 and 95 speed cornerbacks. Then we're going to go to free safety. We already have him up top. Then we're going to go to strong safety. Yes, we can leave Jimmy Ward there, but we'd much prefer having a 94 speed safety up there instead. And now your lineup is going to play fairly fast compared to what they normally play. Now, I didn't check the linebackers here, but again, it's the same situation. 83 linebacker, Chazon can be our middle linebacker. And Fred Warner and the other guy are going to end up being on the outside because again, this is all based on the kind of defense that I want to play. I want those guys to be able to guard the flats and then hit stick. Boom. Avalanche, fumble. This game should be easy for me. So you know what? For this video, I'm just going to play this game. It's a 2-minute game. So hopefully I end up winning the game, but you know how Madden is. Madden likes to lie, cheat, and steal for people. So I'm going to put Fred Warner here. And on outside linebacker, I'm going to put Ray Nitschke there. And the middle linebacker, just make sure that I got the two fastest guys that I could possibly just end up using. So let's test it out. You guys will be able to check out and see the ebook. Not the ebook, but like the way that the defense plays in real time. So because our guys are fairly slow, not slow, but because we're not pretty much playing the kind of defense that we want with our Madden Ultimate team, we're just going to run it like this. Playing a little D. Okay. Okay, that happens. It's a bad user by me, but whatever. It happens. Nope, we're there for that. Let's go. I feel like Fred Warner could have played that, but you know, we're not gonna get too mad about things. One more time. It's a bad showcasing of the ebook, huh? Now, the only problem with running something like this specifically, bad throw, terrible throw. The only problem with running something like this specifically is the simple fact that if anybody drafts like a fast person, they end up having the possibility of pretty much just absolutely destroying you on running the ball out. Thank you. Oh, that should have been a pick. Again, should have been a pick. I'm not mad at it. If he kicks his field goal, now everything changes because remember, 2-minute quarters. I can take the clock with me the entire way down and I don't have to worry about anything. It'll make my life a lot easier. But he's choosing to go for it. So hopefully we end up getting a stop here. But it is Madden, so you never know. Let's see it. Let's see it. Let's see it. Let's see it. Oh. He didn't crash down, unfortunately. But it happens. Either way, he scored already. Now, if I can go down and get 7, I have the advantage. If I can go down and get 7, because there's only 2 minutes and 30 seconds left in the first half. That's how quick and easy it is to make coins on this game mode. As long as you end up pretty much drafting your team the proper way, again, your time on this game mode will be 10 times easier. Now, granted, he ran the ball a good amount of times, which is going to make it so it's a little bit more difficult to get that pressure in, especially if you're hoping for them to pass. But it is what it is at this point. And again, if you guys watch the kickoff video, this is going to be one of those to showcase because in this game mode, it's very, very easy to get a kickoff touchdown. If you don't create the funnel, you're cooked, buddy. If you don't create the funnel in this mode, you're cooked. And I'm going to be able to chew clock. So now the game pretty much restarts all over again. Now, if he's smart, if the guy that I'm playing is smart, he'll chew clock the entire way down. He'll chew clock the entire way down and score at the end of the first half. So that at the end, so when I get the ball back at the end of the first half, then that's when things change a little bit. So now we're going to go ahead and create the funnel. Funnel it up. Now in this game mode, they're going to get past the 30, obviously, because, you know, this game mode is a little bit different. But for the most part, everything is going smooth. So let's keep it going with the defense. You don't have to press. You don't have to do anything crazy. Chris Jones is going to get an insta shed at some point, I promise you. Clark is our user. All right, motion him out. Where are we going? Yeah, good job. Good defense. Good defense. Make sure Chris Jones is there. JJ Watt, Clico. Now, if you do want to check, make sure you guys have your fastest extra players at left end and right end. Because again, if you guys are playing a specific kind of defense like I am, it'll help you guys out in getting any kind of pressure. Pretty much, like you want to have. Oh, Fred Warner, you got Avalanche. That's why we drafted you. We drafted you because you got Avalanche. So hit stick fumbles with Avalanche are supposed to hit sticks are supposed to cause fumbles if the person has Avalanche. That's why we drafted Nitschke and Fred Warner, so that if they're coming down and they're hit sticking you, they should cause fumbles. But they're downhill hit sticks are what causes fumbles. So if you got somebody that's running nonstop and you end up catching them in the middle in one of the gaps, and you end up hit sticking them, GG's. You should get a fumble, but I'm doing a horrible job at showcasing the defense. Phenomenal job at showcasing the defense. All right, come on. Come on, cover 4 quarters. Let's go. Cover 4 quarters is pretty much the draw. The draw all day. Let's go. Now with this defense, we can actually go ahead and do this. Hey, third down. You're gonna make a mistake here. Do we lower our flats? No, we're not gonna lower our flats for this. Let's keep it going. This is a fast-paced game, so this works. This works. Good defense. Now, if we get a stop here, he's pretty much cooked. There's almost nothing that he's going to be able to do. Come on, dog. Come on, man. What I tell you about the defense? Now it's up to us to find something that we're comfortable in. Oh, perfect. This has bunch tight end, so this should be a fairly easy game. Now, again, if you're in the second quarter and you get the ball back at half, this is going to be the easiest way to pretty much win games. So now we have Kyle Pitts there. We pretty much don't need to do anything except for run our whips. Drop down. If you want to, if you're comfortable in the offense that you guys are in, you can actually go ahead and chew clock in this kind of situation as well. Because what are they going to do? They're 2-minute quarters. This is the easiest way to make coins. Promise you. So now we have Connor in instead of substituting the tight end, which leaves us with a lot more space and opportunity. Now, one thing, even if you are on conservative, if they have an avalanche hit stick hitting you, you can fumble. So be cautious of that. Be weary of that. But again, our draft was almost perfect. Literally, it was almost perfect. There's not much that this person's going to be able to do to stop us, especially with Brady at the helm, throwing the fastest passes that you can possibly throw, and me having phenomenal run stick. Now, I'm comfortable taking 3 here, but obviously, it's a YouTube video. I'm going to go ahead and try to get my 7. It's a YouTube video. So one of the route concepts that I like to run out of this one specifically, out of bunch tight end, it's my baby. It's near and dear to my heart, is the slant deep in combo. So we're going to slant that guy. And it's going to look just like this. Let's put this guy here. R1's going to be on a table route. And this is a very, very good red zone play as well. So you guys can do something like this. And let's see if we can get a dot here. Yes, we can. Boom. Touchdown. Now, what are the odds that they're going to score? And then at the second half, what are the odds that they're going to end up stopping you or slowing you down? They've only got 4 minutes to do it. That's it. 4 minutes. There's no 2-minute warnings. There's no none of that. So what are they supposed to do to stop you? And this is the easiest way. Now, granted, you could sit there and draft Derrick Henry and just chew clock the entire way, whatever the case is. But being able to put certain players out of position makes your drafts 10 times easier. Now, you might, you know what? I'll actually check here. But there's one thing that I wanted to check to see if I can do, and that's to see if I can put tight ends at middle linebacker at the middle linebacker spot, since you can put middle linebackers at the tight end spot. And you know, a lot of the players end up being kind of rehashed for that. So let's see it. Can we put a tight end here? We cannot. So we can't put Kyle Pitts here if we wanted to have somebody that's somewhat just as fast. But either way, we are not complaining because we get the ball back at half, and this should be very, very easy. All right, nothing. Nitschke. Oh no. See? What's he gonna do? That's a wide receiver he trying to throw to. I should have called that. You off trips. Yeah, figure it out. Figure it out, buddy. Figure it out, my boy, cause you ain't got much. Oh, we're clamping it. Come on, brother. Who got in there? Chris Jones. And that's why I say that you gotta draft somebody that's got some kind of a D-line ability. Again, so if you see JJ Watt, you see Chris Jones, they are must drafts in this game mode because they have unstoppable force and you're able to kind of shift them, whether they at right end, defensive tackle, left end, whatever the case is, you're able to kind of shift them around depending on where your opponent has their O-line chem. And again, let's see if we can get another quick return here just to kind of put the game out of reach. Spin move real quick. Ooh. Either way, now it's time to chew. That's it. Now it's time to chew. We have a good running back. We have somebody that's there. So again, now the easy way to win these games, take the rest of the clock. If you can get 3 here, huge. If you can't, take as much clock as you possibly can with you. This guy doesn't seem like he's got that great of a defense. Okay, 2nd and 9. I don't want to run the ball here. Let's go ahead back in a bunch tight end. See if we can get a nice... Yeah, you know what? Why am I not calling the best play in the game? Whips. Whips. And an easy concept is literally just putting that guy on a streak and calling it just like this. Do not call hike until it hits 1 second, especially if you're not running some kind of motion play. Whips. Drop down. Chew. He's got 3 minutes to get a stop. 3 minutes. So we're going to keep on going with literally just running the ball, making sure that our win gets counted. And that's pretty much it. And that's all you have to do for this game mode. Literally. All you have to do. But again, drafting is so important because people end up leaving themselves out on an island with a team that can't play defense. And now he's starting to call us timeouts, which is absolutely perfect for us. Now, since we lost yardage, we go back into the best play in the game. Granted, we're all not always going to be able to have the best play in the game, so I suggest you guys all find a play that you're comfortable running that's got a good route concept in it. Like this one for me specifically is very easy to run, especially with Tom Brady, with Hot Route Master and the abilities that he gets. Because how's he supposed to stop that? He's not. And then as soon as that happens, we go back down to our run play, call a stretch. Again, we're eating, we're chewing. Again, now he's in goal line to try to stop it. And when you're in goal line trying to stop it, there's not much to do. Like, that's it. Like, you go ahead, do your thing. Oh, he's calling timeouts. Again, we lost yardage here. Now we don't want to give him too much, but again, he has no answer for the tight end whips, for bunch tight end whips, excuse me, which means that we can keep on calling it. Honestly, like there's not much that he's going to be able to do to stop it. So again, streak post, one of the easiest combos to run. He left it open, and guess what? Now we're in field goal range. Now the game is officially over. There's nothing you can do. And again, if you repeat this process over and over and over and over and over again, even if you have a running back in Derrick Henry, because Derrick Henry in this game mode has Freight Train active, which makes him one of the best players because you could literally run the ball all day long with him, and it will allow you to make more coins easier. That's all. So now he's got one timeout at the 2-minute warning, and we're in field goal range. So this one's pretty much out of reach for him. So we're just gonna run the ball out, and if we can get another first down, it's officially GG's. I wouldn't be surprised if he ends up quitting here. Let's run another stretch, chewing clock. That's why sometimes it is beneficial to draft a running back, because if you draft a running back, you're able to do you're able to chew clock a lot better. Go ahead, call your last time out. No? Oh, there you go. Now one more first down and the game is officially over. And this is exactly how I ended up going. I've done 9 flawless runs so far. And hopefully at the end of this draft, I'll end up having another one. Boom. And that's GG's. This is how you draft in Mud Draft, and this is how you dominate in games as well. By 100% completion rating. We got to stop. Look at 36.4. That's why I go Brady instead of Jaden Daniels and any of those speedsters, because you guys will end up getting a lot more stops in this game, or getting stopped less if you're able to put hot routes on the field with just random speedsters. So again, I've done 9 flawless runs so far, and I plan on doing more. Just so I can get all the presents. And if you guys are looking for easy coins, the presents is here. Presents have never, ever, ever failed. Every year, presents are good and they are worth something. So if you guys are looking to make easy coins in Madden, this is going to be one of the best ways to do it. All of these Mutt Draft events, easy coins. They did it for Most Feared as well. And even for the Most Feared ones, it was the same thing. Poyer, Carlton Davis went for 1 million coins immediately. There's 2 cards right now that are going for millions of coins. Learn how to draft, get your draft right, and go crazy in this game mode. But if you match up with me, just quit out. Anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I'll see you guys in the next one, man. As always, 2 fingers, deuces, and peace out, you guys.